Hey everyone, welcome to this next video on the signs. Today we're going to talk about Capricorn in astrology. What does this sign mean if you've got any personal planets in Capricorn, as well as if you want more information on the houses associated with this sign. So Capricorn, coming after the life journey of Sagittarius, which was about the life purpose, essentially we're now taking the life purpose, the life path, and our overarching life view and grounding it, making it into something real and long-lasting. That's essentially what Capricorn represents. Now, of course, this is an archetype, so these are the qualities that come through when we are focused on cultivating and building our life path, which you might call your legacy in life. So your legacy might be your career, but it could also be your public image, your public service, your community-related things, or whatever it is that you feel like is contributing and giving back to society or the world at large. And again, very much about spiritual roots. If you look at the constellation, right, it's a sea goat, which essentially is the bottom half a fish, the top half a goat. And so this is signifying that we have spiritual roots, right? That what we build and what we're working on here in this life, which is the goat, scaling that mountain of life, if you will, it's important to understand that we have spiritual roots. We do have a spiritual life path and a spiritual life purpose. So it's cultivating that. It's going within that. It's accessing that to then build whatever this is, right? Whatever it is for you individually. So when we're focused on essentially cultivating these emotional or spiritual roots, certain kinds of qualities come through, and these are the qualities of Capricorn. So as you might imagine, right, building things in life takes a tremendous amount of patience, right? So the patient energy is very strong in Capricorn. This is where we're seeing that future orientation, that big picture. It's not the immediate gratification, it's the long-term gratification, if you will, and seeing things through to the very end. So in that sense, can be very disciplined in that regards, really focusing on the meticulous details and making sure everything's nice and solid for the future to have that stability. Because if you build a building, you have to make sure the foundation's good, you have to make sure the actual structure's good, and that's essentially what Capricorn represents. Also very persevering. Individuals, especially with sun or moon or ascendant, things like this. Again, it's that long-term future orientation. They're not so concerned with the immediate gratifications of things. They're more concerned with what they're creating. What is going to be left after their life here on Earth? And how can it really be strong and stable and basically pass the test of time? Time is a big element of Capricorn, being that future-oriented perspective. Very responsible, as you would imagine. Again, this earthly quality of taking responsibility for one's own actions and for one's own legacy and life purpose, right? Self-responsibility. Very committed, again, committed to that legacy, and as you might imagine, very hardworking. So those are some of the qualities. Again, you can see that from the constellation. You can also see it from the fact that it's opposite Cancer in the Zodiac wheel, which, if you recall, Cancer was about the emotional roots and the past, right? So if you've got a lot of Capricorn energy in your chart, it's good to balance this with the Cancer energies, which is connecting to your roots, home, family, your sentiments, and reflecting on the past, really seeing where you come from to cultivate, because we can't really have a future if we don't understand the past in that regards. It's associated with the 10th house, and it's also ruled by Saturn. So if you do want more information on this constellation, check to see where Saturn is in your natal chart. And it's cardinal. And again, there's one thing about cardinal signs is that when we do cultivate these qualities, we have that much more stability in our life. So here the qualities of patience, disciplined, hardworking, etc. do create a nice strong structure in the individual. And of course, it is feminine too, which is that earth sign, right? So it's more receptive in the approach. It's not like Aries where it's like just take action and through action you'll see results. This is more like sometimes non-action is important. Sometimes it's good to step back, to see the big picture, and to again be very patient in the process and be receptive to, again, that spiritual roots and those spiritual guiding points that we have along the life journey. All right, so that's Capricorn in a nutshell. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you guys all next time.